Anyway, this time now KIBI became the officially education's the society. That means recognized by education department of the central government. So KIBI is more or less officially a standard academic Buddhist school. And therefore, the students who are here, when you study, eventually you will have a valid certificate that will be recognized by government of your own countries. And the aim of late 16th Gyalwa Karmapa to organize this institute in New Delhi, India, was to spread Buddhist education everywhere in the world and to promote the concept about Buddhist meditation as well as ethics to the world. And His Holiness Gyalwa Karmapa offered his suggestion to the then Prime Minister of India, Mrs. Gandhi, Indira Gandhi. And then Mrs. Indira Gandhi offered this land to His Holiness Karmapa to spread his Buddhist teachings to the world. And then His Holiness Gyalwa Karmapa, 1979, around November, then Indian government officially offered this land to him. But then in 81, unfortunately, Karmapa passed away. And somehow, the responsible just fall in my shoulder to develop the center. Okay. So a lot of the devotees in Taiwan and Hong Kong gave money, and finally I managed to complete these constructions. In 1979, I think around November, late His Holiness Gyalwa Karmapa and the then President of India, Sanjeeva Reddy, yes, and Vice President and Lieutenant Governor of New Delhi, they all participated for the breaking ground ceremony with His Holiness Gyalwa Karmapa. A very, very high profile ceremony was conducted when they offered this land. Means what? Government of India offered this land to His Holiness Gyalwa Karmapa because he was the one of the most famous Buddhist teacher of Tibet, one of the most famous Buddhist teacher of Tibet. And then he was not in politics. So India government has, those times, India government had some inconvenience to help to offer this kind of land, I think so, to His Holiness Dalai Lama due to Chinese problem. And then Indian government offered this beautiful land to Karmapa because he was not in politics. The mainly Indian government dedicated this land is to spread the Buddhist teachings to the world, as well as to regrow the Buddhists in India. Yeah. And therefore, by knowing that, I also put a lot of effort to raise funds such as, and a lot of obstacles also created by some ambitious people those times too. But I managed to get through the difficulties, and finally in 19 90, then I completed this construction. I went to Harvard University and Michigan University in 1987. And I was helped by Professor Donald Lofe in Michigan University and Professor, what is his name? In Harvard University, David Eckel. Just recently I met him also. He is now professor of Boston University. And Professor Donald Lofe and Professor David Eckel both talked to the faculty of Harvard University and Michigan University, and the board accepted my request. But they recommended, they told us, according to the rule and regulation, the Karmapa International Buddhist Institute here in New Delhi must attend our official recognition as a Buddhist institute. And then I came back here and I requested the Karmapa Charitable Trust to get the recognition from Education Ministry here. Unfortunately, all the trustees some are very, very wealthy people, such as Dharma company. Some are very wealthy people, and some are very highly blessed, like royal family of Bhutan. So they all don't have much time to go through many bureaucrats in the government of India. And myself was as a spiritual leader, Shamar Rinpoche, who could not go to meet some people, like lawyers in the Allahabad or Saranath cities. And first of all, I don't speak Hindi very well, so you need to know Hindi. And then many of the political problem happens in the meantime, so until late last year, until last year, we did not manage to get the recognition from Government of India as an institution. Luckily, Khenpo Murti, under the supervision of Professor Sempa Dorje, he can keep the low profile and sneaky through the many of the important people, but not highly blessed. Those who are in Allahabad, is it? I can never go to Allahabad. And even I go, I will not find that kind of people. But he found. So in India, you have to be mouse, to go like this. So if you walk like an elephant, you will not achieve anything. So he managed to get the right people, and finally, now Khenpo Miti, under the supervision of Professor Sempa Dorje, we got recognition. Therefore, this institute now became the officially recognized institution. And now, under the supervision of Professor Sempa Dorje, recently I learned some more things from Boston University, that Khenpo Miti should try to get the accreditation. That if you get accreditation, then those students, such as from Harvard University, they can come here to study Buddhism, and the credit can be transferred. Credit of the Boston can be transferred. So the students who study here will get the degree in your own universities. So I'm telling you now, our Karmapa International Buddhist Institute is official Buddhist institute in the land of India, which has a lot of beautiful history behind. Okay, so you all here came to study Buddhism. Now I will tell you some of my experience in the past and present.